Good morning. Welcome to 49ers in 5, your daily update on everything happening with the team that you need to know. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. Today is Tuesday, March 14th, 2023. Here's what's happening with your San Francisco 49ers. The legal tampering period kicked off yesterday, and John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan did not disappoint. The Niners made a huge splash and agreed to a deal with former Eagles defensive tackle Javon Hargrave. 4 years, $84 million, reportedly worth $40 million guaranteed, although let's take those numbers with a grain of salt until the nitty-gritty details come out. I'll get into why I like the signing in a minute, but here's how Chris Sims reacted on the Sims Unbuttoned podcast.
The crazy thing about Hargrave is I think this system will fit him. You know, he can do some two-gapping, but he's, for his size, is extremely, extremely athletic. And then his ability to really is his pass rush ability to me is the most impressive thing. You would think of the way he looks, you'd go, oh, he'd be a great run stopper. He's a good run stopper. Yeah. He's a better interior pass rusher. And that was already one of the best pass rushers in football. So watch out.
Simply put, Hargrave is the best pass rushing defensive tackle the 49ers have had since DeForest Buckner. Javon had 11 sacks last season for Philly, which is obviously fantastic for a defensive tackle. But even when he's not getting home, he's still disrupting the play. Jeff Deeney of Pro Football Focus tweeted this out yesterday. Eric Armstead led all 49ers interior defensive linemen with 20 pressures last season. Not bad. Kerry Hyder was second with 14, and Kevin Givens was third with 13. So altogether, from the top 3 interior defensive linemen, that's 47 pressures. Javon Hargrave, by himself, had 57 pressures last year. That's the kind of pass rusher the Niners are bringing in. Obviously, that's fantastic, but it gets even better because Hargrave does something that many on the 49ers do not. He actually plays. Out of a possible 122 total games in his career, Hargrave has played in 119 of them. That's 97%. You gotta like that, especially with all the injury problems the Niners have had. The signing was obviously the talk of the NFL world yesterday, including from Cowboys pass rusher Micah Parsons, who tweeted, quote, "Oh wow, Bosa, Javon, and Eric? Damn. Damn indeed, Micah. Damn indeed." In other defensive line news, the Niners also brought back Kevin Givens, who was solid last year, appearing in 13 games, 20 tackles, 2 sacks, and 1 pass defensed. But wait, there's more. The Niners also raised some eyebrows by finding their third-string quarterback. Third string? Second string? Third string. We'll go with that. Sam Darnold, come on down. San Francisco welcomes in another former third overall pick to the quarterback room. Shanahan has been a fan of Darnold since he was coming out of USC a few years ago, and there were even reports that San Francisco offered the Jets a first-round pick for him before he wound up going to the Panthers. Now, on the one hand, you could say Darnold has some physical talent. He's easily going to the best team he's ever been on, and he's the emergency option at the position. On the other hand, Darnold is on his third team and has a 78.2 career passer rating, which is the lowest among all quarterbacks that have thrown at least 1,000 passes since he came into the league. You can decide where you fall on that. I'll just say this. There are no 49ers backup quarterbacks. There are only 49ers future starting quarterbacks. And yes, that's a joke. In non-49ers free agency news, Jimmy Garoppolo has a new home in Las Vegas with the Raiders. He takes over for Derek Carr. Mike McGlinchey signed a monster deal with the Denver Broncos, worth a reported $50 million guaranteed to protect Russell Wilson. And Jimmy Ward is following his old defensive coordinator to Houston, agreeing to a contract with the Texans to play for DeMeco Ryans. We always give you one thing to read, one thing to watch, and one thing you might have missed. One thing to read on this Tuesday, Mike Silver has an interesting column about the end of the Garoppolo era in the San Francisco Chronicle. Read closely, though, because there's an interesting nugget in there about a sneaky move the Niners tried to make before acquiring the third overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft. One thing to watch, the Javon that used to occupy the middle of the 49ers defense is Javon Kinlaw, and he is apparently on the trade block. It's not exactly surprising, but we'll see if the Niners can get a taker on the former first-round pick. One thing you may have missed, the Lions submitted a bylaw proposal to the NFL that will allow for an emergency quarterback. Each team could designate a third QB from the inactives or practice squad who could be activated during the game if the two active QBs were ruled out for the rest of the game. Let's hope that passes. That's a wrap on today's 49ers in 5. Please rate, review, and follow both the Gold Standard and Niners Nation podcast networks. I promise you that is coming to an end very, very quickly. Enjoy your Tuesday, everybody. Stay tuned for the Bully Ball podcast with Steph Sanchez and Jason Aponte. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. We'll talk tomorrow.